missed deadlines, and dishonesty accusation. And again, we're talking about projection. Projection, employee A. You're always late with your tasks. That's why the project's behind. And employee B says, actually, I submitted my part on time. The delays come from your section. All right, that's accusatory. So I'm going to hold off on that a minute. So the accusation, the projection is you're always late with your task. That's why the projection is behind. No, actually, I submitted my part on time. The delays are from your section. Well, now you've got to be ready because that's accusatory and somebody's going to be defensive. So you've got to be ready for that. What you just said when you said the delays come from your section is that's going to create that other person to be defensive almost immediately. What do you mean that's from my section? That's not from my next section. And then you've got to have your evidence to say, let's check the timeline together. My submission was on Tuesday. Can we review yours? Let's check the timeline together. My submission was on Tuesday. Let's look at the timeline. Let's double check it. Hopefully, if you can stay away from accusatory statements, use statements or accusatory statements, it's going to be a little bit better for the dialogue, right? So my submission was on Tuesday. Let's review the timeline together. Maybe as you review the timeline together, then that employee A will just see for themselves their mistake and be like, oh, yeah, it is on me. That would be dignity. That would be acceptable behavior. So employee says you're always late with your tasks. You say, I submitted my part on time. Let's look at the timeline together. You look at the timeline together, and sure enough, the employee A says, wow, it did fall to me. Let me catch this up. The ball is in my court. That's dignity in the workplace. That's acceptable behavior. To say, to continue to blame the other person is for your mistake. That's projection, and just don't do it. It's wrong. Look at yourself, change your own behavior, change your action,